This client sent me a 10-page long mod list to create his modpack. And then he gave me the challenge that I need to make this work for 10 people on a modded server with over 300 or 400 mods. We have created its addons, MineColonies, ice and fire, and even dinosaurs. So yeah, that's not gonna be exactly plug and play. And by the way, if you want me to build your own Minecraft modpack completely custom for your needs, down here is my Fiverr gig link. Let me know that you came from YouTube and you will have 10% discount on your first order and 20% on your second. Now let's get started with this project because this is a good one. So the first thing we need to understand is the complexity of this modpack. As you guys can see, there is a bunch, and I mean a bunch of mods, literally 10 pages. I am going to sort this, but there are a few key points I'd like to address here that bring up to the real challenge. First off, here we have Forge and Fabric mods. We also have the connector bridging those things together, so it would be a 1.20 plus native Forge pack using the connector to be able to load those Fabric mods. We have tons of structure mods and some quite complex mods such as Ice and Fire, Create, and the point is, up to this point, that's fine, it's doable, but when the customer tells me that he wants to play with 10 concurrent players on his server using this mod pack, yeah, things will need to be quite optimized. The customer also stated to me that he wanted a mod called the Down Era. The Down Era is a mod which is a dinosaur mod, but however, I don't think it works on a server. At least it never worked when I tried on the over 800 mod packs I've made on Fiverr up to this point. So I'll see if the developers actually implemented server-side on the Down Era, but the last time I've checked their Discord, they wouldn't do that. So we might need to find alternatives such as fossils and archaeology, or even other dinosaur mods. And if you're planning your big next mod pack and you're not sure if your mods will work good or not on the server, make sure to drop down here on the comments, and it might get highlighted on the next video. I can answer those things for you guys. So yeah guys, now we are here building the actual mod list. Not gonna lie, this took quite a long time, about an hour or so. And since this was quite a focused and tiring process, I've decided to do sort of a time lapse. I'm still figuring out how it's the best format for me to record those videos. But yeah, I wonder that while you can watch me do this annoying and tiring process of do 300 things in 1 hour, I would bring some stories, some questions, I guess that you guys might be interested in knowing. And basically, yeah, so one thing that I've been questioned a lot, especially here in Brazil, if you guys don't know, I have a quite big Instagram here in Brazil where I've shown my process and how did I get started building mod packs. And this happened kind of by accident. In 2019 I got out from my 9-to-5 job at Apple. Yes, I worked at Apple. I am a certified Apple technician and I had a dream to work home. Initially I thought about start working on digital marketing, and then it came the pandemic and I got no money. I had to go to live with my mom, and I saw a video on YouTube about Mr. Beast hire people from Fiverr, and a guy doing some gigs on Fiverr related to photograph, editing, photos, etc. And I wondered, okay, I can do that, let's try. And I have created my gig, forgotten it existed, and after 3 or 4 months I got the first order, and then it started, I guess. And here I am 6 years later, almost, with pretty much 800 sales. One thing that people always ask me also is, have you ever gotten some wild clients? And yeah, it depends on what is wild for you, but for sure my biggest customer yet is a school from California called Synthesis. If you guys don't know, Synthesis was a school created inside SpaceX to teach the sons and siblings of the engineers and people that worked at SpaceX to solve problems in groups. And after that, they have expanded, and I had the opportunity to work at Synthesis for about 6 to 8 months. I had a test Minecraft pilot project there. Unfortunately, it didn't really go well because of the limitations of the space for kids we had there. But I've also worked with as a teaching assistant, so I was kind of the guy that helped using Zoom and etc. And it was certainly the most incredible experience I had as a guy that came from a very poor region here in Brazil, imagining that I would ever work with a company this big because of Minecraft, because of something I did since my 13 years old. Is certainly incredible, and I am very glad. Unfortunately or fortunately, Synthesis upgraded everyone to AI, and they basically replaced most of the teachers and teaching assistants by AI, and today they have a completely different aspect that they had back in 2022 when I worked there. But yeah, I'm very grateful for that. 1 hour, guys. That is what it took to install all of those mods. I guess it was close to 400, 350, I don't even know. To be completely honest, I haven't even checked. Yeah, we have 505 mods in total so far. So yeah, more than expected. This is because of the APIs, the core mods, etc. So that's not really a big deal. Now it starts the actual testing. So I'll take a break now, a couple minutes, and we'll get right through this to make sure it boots first things first. Yeah guys, so we are now doing some debugging on the launch. When you build a modpack that is this big, you are expecting to have a few crashes, a few errors. That's normal. All of my projects have some hours to finish. Since my beginnings is pretty rare to get modpacks that just work. This is why people mostly pay me. And if you see a modpack like this, like 600 mods, 500 mods, you might question, and this is a big misconception people have, that more mods equal less performance. This is not necessarily true, guys. You can have modpacks with 600-700 mods. I've done those in the past that could run with 6 GB of RAM while playing on a server, of course. Single player is a completely different story because it's much heavier. But yeah, when you have the right tools like I have, the right optimizations, and preferably the experience and knowing for what to look for, I can basically check the game code, the Java code while it's running, and understand what is causing those memory usage, those CPU usage, what is consuming more time on the CPU, the GPU. And by doing that, I don't need to guesstimate and guess what are the mods that are causing issues. I can find exactly the ones that are causing those issues and delete them. Of course, this takes longer, this takes more time, but I'm very precise on what I do. And this comes with experience, learning. Can you guys imagine the amount of hours I've put to create 800 mods? 800 mod packs, I mean. It's quite a lot, guys. So yeah, I've learned a lot on the past couple of years, and Minecraft came a long way since 1.12. And after 1.16, it got quite optimized, especially on 1.20. 1.20 was incredible when it launched. 1.19 was already good, but 1.20, wow, it was good. I don't really know exactly why it was so good, because from my perspective, it didn't really change that much on the code from 1.19, but modpacks just got better, and we received more better mods to fix things that were problems, such as multi-threading and chunk generation, etc. So today I can create modpacks much faster, especially on 1.20. There we go, we are finally here in the main menu. I don't even know how long it took to boot the specs, but now it's time to make sure we can have the server working so we can actually join and test performance. I think it took about 30 minutes to an hour for me just to get to the menu. There were quite a bunch of annoying issues. Mods that usually don't crash were crashing, and it's always a pain when I have a list of a lot of mods that are kind of unknown, smaller mods from smaller developers, because they never work together that well. Those mods are not very widely known, are quite buggy, so yeah, there were a couple dozens that I had to remove, but it's fine. As it's time to go to the server, I'll do the same thing to the server, and then we're going to play test this thing. Do you still play Minecraft for fun? And yeah, I do, but way less than I should or would like to. The real thing is, guys, most days I spend 8 hours a day in average working on my computer. This is not my main job. I mean, it's my main source of income today, yes, but I do have other projects. But at least 4 hours of my day is looking to Minecraft and solving issues. And I've been doing this for 6 years, and I play Minecraft since 2013. So it's not Minecraft in general. I do have my 1 week Minecraft moments, but they're rare. It's not even once a year, I'd guess. It's less. But this is not just for Minecraft. I mean, since I've started getting my money, living alone, having my girlfriend, having my other businesses and stuff to do, going to the gym, it's not that I don't like playing anymore, but I don't feel the necessity to play games as much as I should. And games for me just got boring. I don't know, I cannot enjoy playing games as much as I did in the past. I still play. Recently, I've spent like 2 or 3 weeks playing Tarkov, which I like. Once a year, usually I play Tarkov. I used to play a lot of Ark Survival, Evolved, and Ascended. I did servers for it on Fiverr also. Got a couple dozens of sales for those. Back in the day, on the pandemic, I used to play a lot of DayZ. But it's been a while, guys. When gaming turns into your main job, you might get yourself less addicted to gaming because you spend so much time in front of the computer that you try to have fun in other aspects of your life. And to be honest, this is completely healthy. You don't want to be spending 12 or 14 hours a day in front of your computer doing gaming. This is not useful. Don't do that, guys. As someone that used to do this quite a lot, I can say, go build something, go make money, go find something that it will grow yourself. It will make you get better at life. Cool, guys. So we have the game open, the server is finally open. However, I'm not very confident that the world generation speed will be good, so instead of connecting to the server directly, I'll do the benchmarks and I'll have to likely do some optimizations to make it at least playable. So let's run Chunky here, radius 10,000, Chunky start. Let's see how it goes. Chunky time. Yeah, exactly what I thought. We are running to about 30 chunks per second, 26. That's terrible. I mean, it's terrible. Even with C2ME, like this should be at the bare minimum at 60 to be a poorly optimized server with C2ME on this kind of hardware. Remember that we are running this on realistic node, which they allow us to have unlimited CPU cores. So we'll have to do some digging in order to track down exactly what's going on. As you can see, guys, we are using about 11 CPU cores. This host specifically is running on a Ryzen 5800X, shared of course, but realistic doesn't cap. And if you want a good hosting that doesn't cap you for a fair price, way less than you'd pay for the same on those big companies, just click on the link down below of this video. So guys, I'll do my personal optimizations here. This is something that's kind of my secret sauce. So yeah, I'll be back once it's completed to show you the results. There we go, guys. I spent about an hour again. I guess I don't really track the time, but we have now the server running at about 70 chunks per second. I'd say between 50 and 70 because it depends on the biome and the structure is generating, but I'm okay with the speed it's doing because first off, there were quite a lot of world generation mods and I've tried to keep as many as possible and I was able to track exactly the ones that were causing issues. I have removed them, took in the notes, and now it's time for us to actually open the game and connect to the server and see how it goes. Guess what, guys? We are finally online. Cool. So yeah, I don't think I want to be a dragon at this point. Okay, cool. Just a regular human. Cool. So let's wait for EMI to finish buffering the recipes so my CPU can breathe a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Now let's check how performance goes. So far so good. Let me apply my couple tweaks here. Okay, VSync world. My computer definitely needs more RAM. 16 gigabytes to do everything I'm doing is not being enough, but okay. I like to test things on their hardest scenario, let's put that way. Yeah, guys, as you can see, we have 100 frames, perfectly fine. Let's go on spectator and travel around. We have a few hiccups here and there, but nothing out of the common. Chunks are rendering. I'd say it's a pretty good performance so far. I always like to test things with more of a view distance. Check that out, guys. The dinosaurs are actually spawning, so we didn't need to use the the down mod. There you go. Now it's time to simulate an actual playthrough. CPU is a little bit on the heavier side. Let me check if that's because of I am recording or something. Yeah, so I have discovered a few things. First off, NVIDIA Broadcast plus Minecraft is quite a lot for my RTX 4050. I have reduced a little bit my recording config on OBS because when I stopped recording and closed OBS, my FPS pretty much doubled. As you guys can see, now it's pretty much closer to 100. Yeah, there are dips when you explore, chunks load, but this is quite common. But yeah, the pack's quite stable, guys. So I always like to test a little bit with shaders to get those vibrant visuals up in action, and the world generation looks quite good, not gonna lie. So here we have, guys, the modpack is completed. I have tested everything, done my checklist here after recording those things, and it's already delivered for the customer on his server. And now I need to know, what were your thoughts on this pack? What could I have done better? And do you have any recommendations for future projects? Hope you have liked. Leave your like, subscribe, join the Discord on the description so we can talk about future videos and projects. And I see you in the next one.